What's good? Today is June 14th. It is 9:39 p.m. Got home not too long ago. Hung out with Trey and Charles today. Honestly, had a lovely day. Really can't complain. I had a great day. But we're going to hop right into it. You can afford to stop worrying about doing everything perfectly, especially things you're supposed to be doing to relax, like meditation or hobbies. In the process of trying to be perfect, you're thoroughly ruining the enjoyment of whatever you're supposed to be enjoying by turning leisure into labor. You're not fixing a problem. There is no problem to be fixed. There is no doing this wrong. I think a lot of us have a problem with perfection, and a lot of people want certain things to be perfect. They want it to be done a certain way. It needs to sound a certain way. It needs to be done a certain way. It needs to look a certain way. But at the end of the day, nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. We all short for the glory of God. And I know that this is kind of talking about leisure, but I feel like this could be put forth anywhere in life, any type of project that you have, even at work. Nothing is going to be perfect. You're not always going to be doing a fantastic job at something. But the most important thing is, are you trying your best? Are you putting forth effort for this thing to be great? Even if it's not perfect, are you putting forth effort and at least trying to have it be perfect? Then cool, that's fine. But it's the effort that counts. Because if you put forth all of your effort, and at the end of the day, you look back at what you did or you look back at your project and you know internally, hey, I gave this thing my all. And yes, it did not turn out perfect, but I still learned the things I needed to learn. I still grew a little bit. I still finished this project. Things still got done. And it still worked. And a lot of times things don't have to be perfect for it to work. It'll still work. But a lot of people wait for it to be perfect or want it to be perfect. So if it's not perfect, they put themselves down, even if what they did was still good quality work. But because it wasn't perfect, you're going to put yourself down and you're going to put yourself in a negative state of mind. It really makes no sense. Or some people wait for the perfect time in order to do something. But there's never a perfect time. I do agree that there's a right time, but that's a whole different avenue. But there's a difference between a right time and a perfect time. You know, sometimes I have to wait for the right time to do something because I need to make sure that this check hit before I hop out the window and buy something. You know what I'm saying? Or something along those lines to be an example. But there's never going to be a perfect time to do it because life happens. Life always happens. There's always going to be something that you're going to worry about. Or there's always going to be something that is going to deter you to start or deter you from doing it. Because there's never a perfect time. So when you wait for the perfect time, you're really just wasting time altogether. So why not just go for it? And similar with when you're doing a project or doing something, it's never going to be perfect. Or maybe you're working up for it to be perfect, but it's going to take time before you get there. So along the way, it's okay to be bad. It's okay not to be great at it. And this specifically kind of talks about hobbies. Um, and I also feel like sometimes, we could turn our hobbies into work. At the end of the day, our hobbies are supposed to be a way for us to detach from the world. Our hobbies are supposed to be a way for us to detach from the bills that we have to pay and the job that we have to go to that we might not like and the people that we might have to come across that, talk to us a certain way that we aren't necessarily fond of. What's the point of a hobby if it doesn't relieve any type of stress and doesn't have some type of relaxing quality to it, at least a little bit? And some hobbies to a certain extent might bring you a little bit of adrenaline or stuff like that. I think everybody has different hobbies, sure. But at the end of the day, I do believe hobbies are supposed to be a way to have fun and detach. So if you're doing a certain hobby and it has to be perfect, you almost rob yourself in the enjoyment of it. And it's crazy because I'm a victim of it because I feel like that sometimes with the guitar. I want it to sound a certain way. I want it to feel a certain way, but mainly I want it to sound a certain way. I want to be able to play it perfectly. But sometimes having that mindset, I don't want to play the guitar. Like it's no longer fun. Like obviously I want to play the guitar to learn how to play and to learn the skill, and it's going to help me with my consistency and my discipline. It's going to help me with some other avenues. But I also got it cuz I thought it'd be fun to play. It's always been something I wanted to do, so I thought it'd be a fun thing to do, fun thing to play. And I noticed when I really focus on me being perfect with it and not just me playing it, I don't want to really play anymore because now it's work. And it wasn't supposed to be work, but now it is work. Now, when I go to sleep and I wake up and come tomorrow, I don't necessarily have a drive to play it because it's not leisure really anymore. It's not a fun time anymore. It's not like, hey, I get to pick up the guitar and I get to strum it and I get to mess up and I get to also hear some of the songs come together and get a little bit excited when I start to feel like I'm getting the hang of it, but because I want it to be perfect, I'm robbing myself of that enjoyment. So imagine having a hobby in which you rob yourself of the enjoyment of it. What's the point of even doing it? Because you pick up the hobby to at least have a little bit of fun to a certain extent. At least that's one of the reasons. You can also pick up a hobby to get your mind off of other things, but I do believe you do certain hobbies to have fun, to enjoy it, to disconnect a little bit from the world and let your mind run free a little bit or focus on something else that isn't as stressful or taxing. But because of your need to be perfect, you're robbing yourself of that enjoyment and of that great time. Because of your need to be perfect, you aren't able to actually see how you are growing and see the improvement you actually are making. You rob yourself of the growth that you have currently made because you want it to be perfect. But when you're fine with not being perfect and you start to focus on just giving it your all and trying your best, you can appreciate the little growth and the little steps that you are making throughout the day and the little bit of progress that you're making on a day-to-day basis, to the point where you actually can do it perfectly, or to the point where you might be actually genuinely fluent in it, or whatever that may be, to the point where you might actually be making money if it's not a hobby, or maybe if it's something else, where you're actually making money off of it, or whatever that may be. So don't try to be perfect. It's not worth it. It goes on many different avenues, and I could probably make a significantly longer video about it, but I'm not going to. There's no need for you to be perfect. Just try your best to do better. Try your best to be better in terms of your hobbies. Try your best to actually enjoy the hobbies and the leisure time that you have, because we also have an unlimited amount of leisure time anyway, unless you're unemployed, but a lot of people are employed. So if you work 40 hours, how much leisure time you really have, Some people work more than 40 hours. So, but anywho, I'm going to get up out of here. Like I said earlier, I got to hang out with Charles and Trey today, which was amazing. We went to this cafe. We sat there. We chit-chatted a little bit. Went to play some pool. So we shot some pool. After we shot some pool, we got some food. Then we went back to the pool hall because that's where our cars were parked. And then we literally stood in the parking lot for another 2+ hours talking. We got to the parking lot, dapped each other up saying, hey, I'm going to catch y'all later. Then proceeded to stand there for another 2 hours and talk. So it was a great day. I really, really can't complain. I'm happy that I was able to see Charles, which was amazing because I haven't seen Charles in probably 2 months. I think we were supposed to see him last month, but literally it's like me and Trey canceled twice, and then after that he ended up canceling, and then after that we didn't talk to him at all for a minute, and then ended up talking to him, set up today, and it was amazing to be able to see him. So that's great. And then tomorrow I'm going on a hike with Osara. Haven't seen him in a minute, or at least I haven't really hung out with him. I saw him a little bit briefly about 2 weeks ago, but I haven't really hung out with him thoroughly in terms of spending the day with him. So tomorrow will be very, very exciting. But I'm going to catch y'all later. Thank y'all for listening to me rant. Brody, I love you. Keep your head up. Keep on pushing. And always remember, and you ain't gotta be perfect, bro. Just do your best and give it your all. And the progress will come. The progress will come in due time. I'll catch you later, man. Peace.